Cody here, back with another beginner-friendly bluegrass guitar lesson. There is a special town called Johnson City, Tennessee, the same one mentioned in the Wagon Wheel tune, and that's where I learned how to play bluegrass music at East Tennessee State University's Bluegrass and Old Time Country Music program many moons ago. Here on this channel, I'm teaching you how to play in an easy way that doesn't overwhelm you, so if you're into that, subscribe right here. In this lesson, we are focusing on not really a lick, but this is more of an exercise that's a continuation of a previous lesson. And in that lesson, I showed you how we can use these notes, open 1, 2, 3, on our high E string, and the same notes on our B string, right there, to start bluegrass songs. For example, Big Sandy River. All right, and then I also showed you the Clinch Mountain backstep, and again, that's just using this box here. Definitely check out that lesson if you haven't already. Also, if you're just getting into bluegrass guitar and you need a firm starting point, I have a free mini course right down below. It's called Flatpick Foundations Lite. It prepares you for my full course, Flatpick Foundations, where I go into tons and tons of detail. I guide you through 15 instrumentals and bluegrass guitar breaks. There's information below on that. But let's get started on this second box. Okay, for the first one I just showed you, my home bases are here, and I tell students this is where my fingers are going to sort of be planted on the strings. Okay, so just to visualize that, open 1, 2, 3, open 1, 2, 3, okay? Now for this one, we are going to shift and we're gonna be right here. We're going to play open 2, 3, 4 on our G string and open 2, 3, 4 on our D string. And there in the introduction, I also threw in that classic bluegrass G run, which is taught in the mini course. And I recommend you always practice with that run in mind, no matter what you're putting together, because you're gonna have to do it anyway. And so as you're practicing what I'm showing you here today, always kind of default back to that G run, okay? But let's focus on the new material, all right? So we're playing these, open 2, 3, 4, all right? Also, throughout this entire exercise, we're going down, up on our picking pattern. All right, a word of advice there, watch my wrist right here, okay? That's where a lot of this action is gonna take place, especially when we're playing lead. And just like our fingers and everything else, we have to train our wrist, okay? I see a lot of new players, they just don't seem to have this down pat. So have your arm nice and relaxed on top of the guitar like you see mine, and then find a nice comfortable spot around this area. Your palm should be resting somewhere along that bridge, and it should be anchored, not too tightly, but tight enough to where you feel comfortable, okay? The arm movement here in this style of music is really important, especially for new players, because this is where a lot of y'all just seem to get caught up at. I look in the comments and they're like, my right hand technique, I can't get the down-up movement. And this is gonna take time. Don't believe the bluegrass or guitar teachers that are like, you don't have to practice and it'll teach you in no time. This takes practice, I gotta be honest, okay? So what we're doing there on the G string, all right, just 0, 2, 3, 4 on our down up picking pattern, and then the same thing on our D string, all right? Now this is gonna be easy here at this first part because you're just repeating like the same pattern. Open 1, 2, 3, open 1, 2, 3, open 2, 3, 4, open 2, 3, 4, open on your G, and there's that G run if you get that far. And to really lock in this, I recommend the old metronome. I talk about this in other videos. The big regret I have as a young musician is not locking in with the metronome quickly enough, okay? So just to repeat what I was doing there at the beginning, let's go through both boxes here. Open 1, 2, 3. But now is where you're gonna have to kind of go off on your own. And here is the idea, that you use this metronome and you practice putting these notes in any order that you want, okay? I want you to perhaps do it in a way that doesn't make sense to you, okay? Go backwards, then go forwards on the second box, and then mix up however many notes you see fit, even if it doesn't make sense. In fact, I don't want it to make sense, because the key here in learning the style of music and getting it better as you progress is training your ear and your fingers to not only do what's right, but to also do what's wrong, okay? Okay, so let me give you a quick example here. And again, there's nothing that I'm really trying to do other than just playing these note sequences and making sure that my fingers are kind of switching there to those home bases as I do so, all right? Just make it up. It's a learning mechanism, trust me, all right? Just... And again, focus a lot on that down-up picking pattern. Really, anything goes there, okay? And the reason I do this is because it's training my fingers, obviously, but also my ear to kind of work together to understand those note intervals that may make sense and what might not make sense. Like, I'm not lying, this takes time. It's why there's, I think, a high barrier to entry, so to speak, with bluegrass guitar. That's why I recommend having an instructor, somebody to get you over this initial learning curve, because once you get these fundamentals down, then you can really start playing, okay? Now, one thing here is that we are traveling during this exercise over the 3rd fret of the G string, all right? Just to kind of take you a bit further here, this is what I call the fulcrum of twang. Oops, right there, that note, right there, that note, they're the same thing, all right? Okay, to back up that G run, integrating that special B flat note, and that makes American music really pop out, this bluegrass style of music. But there's another note right there on the 3rd fret of your G string, okay? So if we integrate that blue note into our licks and into our playing, I don't really like to say scale because that throws me off. When we start thinking about scales, then we're really, we're trying to really fit ourselves into a bunch of rules. And I don't really think that's the best way to approach it because bluegrass music is a lot of feel. All right, some of the notes don't make sense. I see people in the comment section, they're like, why did you play that note? It doesn't fit into the scale. When we get out of thinking scales in this style of music, I think there's a lot to learn, okay? So a way to practice this here, just this part, is go 3, 2, open, back that way, and then push it towards the 4th fret. And do that with different fingers. And that's gonna really sort of get your everything working to sound bluegrass. So here's a quick example of that tag at the end of using that first box here, okay? So I might just play it really slow. All right, just using that 3rd fret of your G string to really, focus in on the bluegrass sound, and that's it. That's a great starting point, just to get you sort of understanding where you can throw these little bits in that put the bluegrass DNA together and make it sound so great. If you're sitting there at home and you thought, hey, I've always wanted to play guitar, but I lack the confidence, or maybe now I have the time, but I don't think that I'm good enough, guys, trust me, you can learn guitar at any age. I really think that bluegrass guitar is something that more people should learn because it's an acoustic instrument, and if you're like me, I'm spending way too much time in front of some kind of screen. And so this is a big dedication of mine this year. If you'd like to join me along with the journey, get into Flatpick Foundations. There's 90 plus lessons, I think, at this point. They're not super short, but they're not very long. I think most of them are usually around like 5 to 10 minutes. And my lessons are meant to not be overwhelming. It's meant to really give you what you need to sound and improvise around this music. And of course, the biggest reward out of all of this is that it's a social music. You really get a lot of your hand-eye coordination down. It's healthy for your brain, it's healthy for your body. And like I said, I need to spend less time in front of a screen. So if you'd like to jump in there, remember the whole course is like the price of 3 private lessons for me right now, which is a steal. I want to give you value. I hate the subscription model, so it's a one-time payment. You'll get all the updates. There's video lessons, there's non-video lessons. I'm gonna be throwing a lot in there, so grab it now at this price because As I add more, it probably will go up eventually. And you know, I hate that we're all getting ripped off by everybody, but I also need to make a living, and I want to give you guys the best possible value ever, because learning this style of music is so rewarding. It's so refreshing to even watch and to just go and experience something that's unplugged, where the raw talent is just undeniable. So folks, if you're into that, check the link below. If not, stick with me here. I'll be posting more lessons as we go along to help you along. Folks, we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.